Alright folks, this week we're going to move on and we're going to create the settings menu. So this way we have a main menu, then we have a settings menu. We already did credits, so this will be the last one, and then we can actually start getting into the intro and the actual first level of our game. So when it's done, it's going to look something like this, and if I hit play and wait, so it's going to automatically detect the refresh rate of the monitor. Like my monitor here is 165 Hertz. So it's not going to give me any resolutions that are not 165. And that way I'm not seeing like a whole bunch that are the exact same. Everything will be different because it'll all be, again, resolutions that my monitor is currently at. We have a toggle for full screen or not full screen. We have a master volume, and then we have a setting for graphics, high, medium, low, and very high. And then we have something to go back to the main menu. So in our project, we're going to go to the scenes folder, and we're going to open up the settings scene. And the first thing I'm going to do is go to canvas and take that text that I did and delete it. Alright, before you start, you might need to decide, do you want to make your own kind of background, just have everything with squares like in the picture that you just had, or do you want to use some custom stuff? So like here, if you go to kenny.nl, so www.kenny.nl, and hit assets, and then UI, he's got some, this is a UI pack, has a bunch of neat stuff. Those are really more for buttons. Let's go to the other one, this one here. You can make all kinds of menus and stuff with things like this, and just like slap the stuff on top of it. So, and again, he's got his license there. Again, make sure you only use licensed stuff, and you put your, you attribute the work to who created it, even if they don't ask for it. So I've got one of his packs. I'm going to add that now. Import package, custom package, and there it is. And wait. It's going to show me all the different things, and I'm going to say, yeah, import. And it's we're going to go under our art folder. And there's my UI element. So this was the pack that had all that stuff. So I could theoretically make a UI out of some of this, or even something like this, or that, maybe that. So let's try that. So if I go to canvas and I right click and I want to do UI image, and then for the image I'm going to slap this in there, and then I'm going to make that bigger. So I can write settings here in text and then have my settings in here if you want to do that. Or again, you can just put an image and do colored stuff like again in the original image. And this is actually a really neat pack because I use these two images for like medical packs and shield upgrades, just the power-ups. So I found this one. It says window 9 and I like that. If I hit that, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, I need to center that in the window. I got like 1.5 squares. Let's do probably like that. Yeah, that's about as square as we're going to get it. Alright, I'm going to go back to game. I'm going to change the resolution to 1920 by 1080. And if you don't have that option, you can hit plus, and you can just add the resolutions here and then hit OK. Oop, I didn't want that one. Let's delete. And let's go to that one. So now you can see, obviously that was not a good choice for me. So now if I go back to canvas and my image, why does it look so big there? Because here, if it kind of gets too big, you can get, the problem was the scale was jammed all the way up. So I'm going to scale mine down to about 0.5 and leave it like that. And then if I hit play, that's still kind of small. Let's make that a little bigger. game and play. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Alright, so we need a title, and again, you can do this any way you want. I'm going to go to the canvas. Yeah, I'm going to go to canvas, and I'm going to add another image, UI image. And I'm going to move this up and center it, and then I'm going to pop this into the image. That's a little small. Then I'm going to try to stretch that out. Like that. I'm going to make sure I rename these. Alright. Background image. And this is going to be the title image. And then I'm going to stretch this out a little bit that way. Move it down a hair. Gotta have room for all this stuff. And then here in the title image, I'm going to add a UI text. Not that big. Alright, let's fix that. So I just want to show up there, and it's going to say settings. And then I'm going to center it with the align tools. And that font just looks horrible. It's too big. So I changed the scale on the Y up and down to 2, and that seemed to make that fit. So I like that. That's not too bad. All right, let's get back to the canvas. Now you can map these out and do them any way you want to. I'm going to split mine up into 2 sections, graphics and audio. So first thing I need, I'm going to go to the canvas, right click, and make a Text Mesh Pro. And move this up. And align it to the center. Expand that out. And then this one's going to say, be the title. Graphic settings. Increase the font. I'm not happy with that color. It's too dark or too light. Let me go check my color palette. Got this red. I think I'm going to slap that in there. All right. Alright, then, alright, I'm going to rename that. Graphics title. And yeah, I fat fingered that bigger than crap. Ah! Okay. And then underneath that, I'm going to add a image. I'm going to make that black, and then I'm going to shrink it and expand it. Do something like that. All right. Graphics line, because I can save that and copy that later. All right, and then need our graphic settings. So we're gonna have, I'm going to the canvas, I'm gonna right click UI text, and I'm gonna move this one over. And this is gonna be resolutions text. And then I need a graphics text. Really? I don't know which one that one goes to. All right, let's go back. All right, never mind, we're fine. Back to canvas, and I'm gonna recreate those. So UI text, and this is gonna be resolutions text. And I'm just gonna move it over. And same thing, canvas, right click. Graphics, well, I keep figuring that. Text. And move it on over. All right, and then I need one for full screen. Now what I should have done is made one and just duplicated it 3 times. Oh, how did I move that whole thing? Alright, let's go to background image, drag that down. Like, oh, we lost all our space. Alright, now, gotta quit moving with these anchor points. Alright, so the resolution text is going to say resolutions. And it needs to be big enough to go all the way. I'm going to make those go out to there. And then graphics text, same thing, full screen. Alright, graphics is going to say graphics. Graphics options, and then full screen toggle. All right, I think we can probably make those go to 40, and let's change the color to that red. 87, 50, 53. And I'm going to copy that. How do I get a T in there? Alright, and same thing. Graphics resolution, 40, and that color. And then full screen, 40. And there. Might need to make that a little bigger. If I go to there, they all need to be uniform. Alright, let's see what that looks like in the game view. Yeah, not too bad. Alright, now I'm going to move this over. Oop. Oh, I don't want to change the size. Ah. Really? Alright, resolutions. Okay. Now we're going to go to the resolutions text, and I'm going to right click. I don't know if I want to do that separately. Maybe I should keep those together. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to do a UI, and I want a drop down. And then I'm going to move that over here, and I'm going to change the scale. So that fits there. Yeah, so we got almost a whole square, and we'll have almost a whole square here. All right, then I'm going to change this to, really, to the resolutions drop down. And then I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to hit Control D. And I'm going to get another one, and this one I'm going to rename graphics dropdown, and take the little one out of there. And the graphics dropdown, I'm going to go down here, and then for the full screen, actually I need to move that to the graphics, so it's a child of graphics, and I can close those. And then I'm going to full screen, I'm going to right click and do a UI toggle. And then I'm going to move it over and adjust the size. Let's say 3 by 3. Maybe 2.5 by 2.5. And leave that like that. Kind of line everything up. So they're all there on the edge. And see how that looks. Not too shabby. Alright, then we need to change that to full screen toggle. And we're good. Alright, now we're going to take our graphics title and click it, and we're going to do Control D, and we're going to move it down like that, and we're going to change the name, really, to audio title. And that is going to be the audio line. And then we're going to change that, the words, to say audio settings. And then I thought I had aligned that. Apparently I did not. Alright, I'm going to grab that line and move it down a hair. Take a look at that. Okay. Alright, I need to get 3 settings in there. So I'm going to grab all of this and see if I can move the whole thing up like that. Okay. Now under my audio title, I don't need to under my audio title, but I need to go to Canvas, right click, and I need to create 3 texts. So again, let's create the one, and then we'll just duplicate it. So this one is going to be master volume text. And I'm going to zoom in so I can see it. I'm going to change this to 40 so everything's consistent. Change the color so that's consistent. And then drag it to that line. And I'm going to duplicate that, Control D, and I'm going to grab that one and slide it down. And I'm going to grab that one and Control D and slide it down. I still got a little bit of space. Yeah, I'm trying to put a back button here. Alright, I got those. So that's master volume text. And this is going to be music text. And here. Background music. And this one's going to say master volume. And I just need to fix this one. So that was still text. I'm just going to do sound effects text. Excuse me. And this is going to be sound effects. Alright. I'm going to go to my master. I'm going to right click UI slider. I'm going to zoom in, move that over, and then I'm going to play with the size. Make sure that's the same size as that one up there. A little too big. Let's do that. We are going to tweak this next week. Alright, now I got that one. I'm going to change that to master volume slider. And then I'm going to Control D, and I'm going to move that down here. And I'm going to move that to music volume. Change that to music volume slider. So guess what we're doing next? We're going to duplicate that, Control D, move the new one down, move that to sound effects volume, and now we got our 3 sliders. But we'll do that. Alright, I still need to get a button in there. That's about as high as I can go. Okay. Canvas, right click, UI button. I'm going to move this, center that up, and play with that a little bit. And this is going to be back to menu button. And let's check that out. I can probably move that up a hair. And yeah, perfect. So now it's going to look like that. All kinds of settings and stuff, and we'll tweak more of that next week, and you'll be all set. Alright folks, I'll see you in next week's video.